You guys had things in kind of a manageable spot heading into halftime. What just felt off or not quite there in the third quarter?
Yeah, they just punched and we didn't punch back. They were the aggressors tonight from start to finish. They played harder than us, made more shots, were more aggressive. Like, we're in attack mode and we were on our heels. Like you said, we kept it in a manageable spot, but the second half it just blew out of proportion.
Shai, you guys get Dub back, but I know he's probably limited minutes-wise. What's it like just having him back on the court and trying to get him going heading into hopefully a Game 7 that he can play?
Yeah, it's good to have him back. We just got to find spots for him to play with, like you said, the limited time he's getting. But it's always good to have a guy like that back.
Shai, statistically, these last 4 games, this is as tough of a shooting funk as you've been in, really, since you've become a star. What do you think are the factors there, and how can you get back to your norm in Game 7?
Yeah, I'm not too sure, to be honest. A lot of the shots that I'm shooting, I've shot plenty of times before, and they feel good. They're just not going in. But yeah, it's too late to abandon my work and abandon my game and who I am. This late in the season, I got to trust it and live or die by it.
You guys obviously haven't lost a lot in these playoffs, but when you have lost, you've been able to respond. Why do you think you guys have been able to respond as well as you have to losses?
Yeah, we're just a motivated group, and we accept the challenge ahead. Like, every game is going to present a different challenge, and obviously when you lose, it hurts a little more, and there's a little bit extra motivation, and we tend to fight a little bit harder.
What's your comfort level knowing Game 7's back at home?
Honestly, anything can happen in a Game 7. Like, it's win or go home. It being in your building is nice, but like it doesn't really mean anything. Like, you have to go out there and be the better basketball team, or else your season's done, and that's what it comes down to. Now it's gonna be nice having our fans behind us and cheering us, but we got to go out there and be better, and if we're not better, our season will be over.
From you guys, similar to Game 6 in Denver last year, Game 6 in Indy, but you guys obviously came back from both of those series. Do you think about that at all and just how you responded from those Game 6s?
Not really. Like, this team is a new task, new challenge. I said since the start of the series, it's about getting better after every game, and we got to continue to do so if we want to give ourselves a chance to come out this series.
Yeah. Shai, when I hear you say that, I mean, you guys obviously went through the ringer with a couple Game 7s last year, but do you feel like these Spurs, that they're the toughest challenge you guys have faced as a group so far?
I don't know. They're up there for sure. Indiana and Denver were pretty tough. Taking us to Game 7, probably the common denominator with those groups. But yeah, they're a very tough team, really good team, especially this late in the season. You're going to play teams of this caliber. It's no surprise. And yeah, when you're on a playoff run, you run into teams that are very good, especially when you get this late, and however many games it takes.
We talk so much about the other guys that are fighting through stuff, but how much mental and physical fatigue do you have, and how are you fighting through it?
Oh, I'm good. I'm ready to go. Biggest game of my career. Yeah.
Is it the biggest game?
It's the next game, and if I lose, my season's over.
I just have one more shade. You've had games this series where you've taken Wemby out of the game, it feels like, and you've also had pretty explosive games from him, including this one. What are the differences what do you feel is the difference when you take him out of a game versus when he's able to assert himself into a game?
I think he's comfortable, and when he's comfortable, he's good, like really, really good. And he's had big nights. I probably wouldn't want to get into like scheming wise, but yeah, when he's in his comfort zone, he's a really good player.
You've talked at different times this postseason about this group being pretty cognizant themselves of their history with Game 3s, and that you didn't even need to really step into that conversation in this postseason. But Game 6 is a pretty similar history with this group. What makes this game so difficult to win, and why did you think they couldn't really correct that history tonight?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's hard to win a playoff game, period, against anybody. It's hard to win a playoff game against a great team. It's hard to win a playoff game against a great team on the road. It's hard to win, really any Game 6 in that situation. So I don't know that it was necessarily anything, we did wrong. I thought we were ready to play. I felt confident going into the game. And I felt confident, like I said, at halftime. It had the makings of a road win if we could be the team that threw the punch in the third. And they were the team that did that, which is why they won the game.
You talked before about when Dub comes back, he's just itching to get back out there. Can you kind of speak to what you've seen out of him these past few days in terms of that, but also how he's finding that balance between, understanding when is the right time rather than just rushing it?
He's been questionable for all these games, and he's warmed up, and he's been on the doorstep, and it's just a matter of how he feels before the game in combination with the people on our side. Like I said, there's a lot of stakeholders in a situation like that. It's a very unique situation. Everybody was on the same page, understood, how we wanted to handle it, and we handled the situation as best we could. But again, I don't want any of the details of that to overshadow what a big time competitor this guy and big time team guy. He's not waiting until he feels pristine. He just wants to be a part of it, just wants to help the team. And I give him a ton of credit for that.
Mark, following up on Joel's question, with the Game 6s, well, you won a Game 7 versus Denver versus Indiana. Is that sort of a positive that you can glean from this game, just knowing that you guys have bounced back from, a bad Game 6 before?
Yeah, we've had a lot of experiences to this point. And the one thing that we've learned more than anything is every game has a new life. Every game is earned, if you want to win it. Game 7 will be no different. This is obviously a quality opponent. We have to play obviously a lot better than we did tonight. And we understand that from a number of experiences. So, we'll get off our feet tomorrow. We'll get some rest and recovery, learn from the tape, take the lessons from tonight that are relevant for Game 7, and be ready to go out there and throw our best punch.
Statistically, Shai's in as rough a shooting stretch as he's had really since he's emerged as a star. How much of that is the caliber of defense that he's facing? How much of that is make or miss? What do you see as the factors of the funk that he's in, and how he maybe could bust out Game 7?
I thought last game, I was pretty encouraged last game with the cracks we were able to get him, and obviously I don't think we were able to do that as well tonight. I'd never discredit the defense and the opponent. There's always that. There are things I think we can do better. It's similar to what I was saying after Game 4. We just, our global approach tonight relative to San Antonio's didn't give us the best chance offensively. And some of that was our defense. We were taking the ball out of the net a lot tonight. Some of that was shot making early, but then there was some controllable stuff, especially in the third, that I thought could have helped us, get out on the break, loosen up their defense a little bit more. So the two ends are connected, and the whole game's connected. It's not one guy, his shots, anything like that. We all need to play better on both ends of the floor. If we do that, it'll put everybody at a better advantage.
Mark, you said Dub isn't 100%. That being said, are you sort of comfortable putting him in the game again in Game 7, given whatever percentage he is at?
There's a lot of conversation with him that goes into that, and everybody here. So I don't have any information about how he came out of the game. He looked, relative to the situation, I thought he looked pretty good. But we'll see how he feels, and we'll huddle back up and do everything we can to get him ready, and then take it from there, just like we did in all these other games.
Just a quick follow. Wemby has had a couple explosive games in this series, and this felt like the one game where he started from three. I think he hit his first 3 threes. Does that, when he starts hitting shots like that, does that change the way you need to approach the matchup? Like what changes when that's where he starts going?
Every single opponent, whether it's individual players or teams, there's things that you have control over, and you make them earn things, and then there's an element of talent or shot making or variance or whatever you want to call it. And we just believe strongly that if you take care of the stuff that you can control, that gives you the best chance over the course of a game, over the course of a series, over the course of a season, to make it as difficult as possible on those players and on those teams. The alternative would be to overreact, and that ends up opening up other things. So when he's making shots early like that, over a hand, you tip your hat and you just try to root back into the controllables. I thought there was enough with their whole team. There was enough we could control tonight that would have given us a better chance to compete in the game. Doesn't guarantee we would have won it. But, when you lose the way we did tonight, there's a lot more we could have done. That's what we'll look at, and we'll go out there and try to do our best to execute those things in Game 7 and give ourselves the best chance to win.
Anyone else?
Yep, thank you.
Steph, over here to your right. Right. You guys kind of took over the game there with that 20-2 run where you held the Thunder scoreless for about 8 minutes. What was going on for you guys? What was going right for you guys during that stretch?
I just think all of our focus and attention was on the defensive end. I don't think scoring against them has been, a problem for us. I think just, our self-inflicted mistakes like turnovers and allowing them to get offensive rebounds and easy buckets is what slows us down. So I think when we're focused on defense and we're getting stops and being able to get out and run and get easy looks, it makes the game pretty simple for us.
Steph, how close to normal did Dylan look tonight, and what does it do to have him playing like that, back to his dynamic self?
Yeah, I wouldn't say he didn't look normal last game. I think he just looked hesitant, in my opinion. So, when he plays like confidence, I don't think there's anybody his age that's that good. So, he's been a big part of our team all year. So, we need him. So when he plays like that, we're pretty hard to beat.
Steph, this Saturday in OKC is do or die for your team. What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think about Game 7?
Win or go home. I think nothing else matters for the next 48 hours for us. So, get all the recovery, watch all the film you need to watch to have our minds and bodies ready for, that 48 minutes.
Steph, the other night you said that when we're desperate, we're always great whenever we're desperate. What made you so confident in that coming into this game?
I just think when we see adversity and, our backs are against the wall, I think we perform. And not just performing like, playing well, making shots. I think our energy is, always in the right places, and we do all the little things to give us the best opportunity to win. So I think when we're desperate like that and, our backs are against the wall, I'm probably most confident.
Steph, Carter, over here. Carter Bryant played some really tough defense on Shai tonight. What did you see from him, and what does that mean for your team to have him be able to come in and play that kind of defense on Shai when you catch a breather or guard somebody else?
Yeah, for him to be a rookie and come in and, there's no drop-off defensively, that's that alone says a lot. So, for him to come in and, give us a breather and, defensive rebound for us and try and make minimal mistakes, it's big because we need those minutes. And, in the playoffs, every possession matters. So when he's doing that and making it tough on him and tiring him out, in the long run, it definitely helps.
Steph.
Shai, it seemed like you...
Let's do